marry somebody that is receptive, somebody that you can talk to, somebody that is open. Because most times we also look at it in the aspect that, okay, because of the children, some people remarry basically because of these children in quotes. And these children, at the end of the day, they might not cooperate with either the man or the woman. Now it takes us back to the fact that, okay, why did you remarry? If we're looking at children, like Tope said when we're on break, we look at children, you look at teenagers, then you look at adults. Some adults can cope, and some adults can be very edgy. And they will just had a caller that was almost crying on the phone. That edgy. If you look at it on the other side, it's because most of these adults that get edgy, maybe they feel that there's something not right about that relation. We have side chicks in this life that are praying for a first wife to die. First wife, please, you should tighten your legs, because some people outside are praying that you should leave, so they will come. It's just the blunt truth. But the person that is going now, my problem is the people who are going in, you that they want to marry into a family that has already been established. You know that definitely there are some templates on ground. It's not your time, or it's not on you to now come. It's not your place to come and say no. The way you people have learned over 20 years, you discard it. Learn the ropes, follow the line. At the end of the day, like I said, they might eventually even love you more and appreciate the fact that you've come in for their father or you've come in for their mother. So we should also look at making the children our friends first, because the way to get to any father or mother first is the kids. If you love them enough, they will see that love in you and they'll be able to accept you. And the family will accept you.
Can we discuss the surviving spouse making the kids feel secure? You can marry 2 years after their mother have died, but if you have loved your kids enough and that they have no doubt as to how much you love them, they will not have a question about how you're remarrying and why. Like I said, it's not a relationship that you do, it's not something that you do without conversing with your kids, no matter their ages. And you don't without
their ages. Children,
5, 2, 3,
they are remarrying.
You know, I've seen a 4-year-old look at my son. If I were to die today, the father remarry, my son would never love that person.
It will be a battle.
It will be a battle. Because ordinarily we are playing, I will slap my husband, my son will slap, it's okay, but my father, my husband will mistakenly slap me. Don't you touch my mommy like that. So some kids are like that. He will never see us playing. We are joking. I will do my own. Say, it's just mommy. My husband will say, didn't you see your mommy now? She's playing with you, but do the same. You are not playing with her. That's the unfairness. And so some kids love like that. You must have that conversation with them. I know someone who remarried 6 months after the wife died. Family pressure. And so what he did, maybe he didn't trust the new wife. He just engaged all those children. The guy, one of the children is abroad now. He made sure that after school they are going to their place, they are learning work. That guy was closing school, going to the mechanic place, he was learning work. So he worked with a car service company and was able to. He made sure that it's when he is closing, all the children will remain with the people they are learning work from. It's when he is closing that they follow home. When they are going in the morning, you give them their feeding money. They don't even eat from their stepmother's pot. He will give them, everybody their food flask. He will go to the I just felt he didn't trust that woman, because he married under pressure. So he's giving strength to know the woman. So at least before I explain to my children, let me know you well enough. Thank you. So the woman was serving the purpose for which she came in, which is his kids were he was on top of things. You see the one that is wicked, the friend I lost recently, the man have abandoned that woman for years. Even before she passed. He came 2 weeks as she was in there on her deathbed, and now be telling you, no, mama, I will send you small thing. I told you, don't bother, don't call him, don't share anything, because if he was going to send you small thing, would have been sending it to your mother before she died, when she was struggling to send you to school. So you people should just focus on the part your mother put you. I feel, Amaka mentioned earlier, as a host of the show, I'm not supposed to, I can't take a side, I'm supposed to balance out the show. She mentioned earlier that there's really no right or wrong in the true sense of it. When it comes to life and relationship, there's really no right or wrong. To each his own. As a society, we can look and be judging that how can you do this? This is not right. But we're not inside the relationship to understand where the shoe is pinching. It would just make sense that we take care of the vulnerable. And the vulnerable in this case is the child, are the children involved. Yes, even the widower or widow is vulnerable, but the most vulnerable are the children. And a lot of times teenagers act out when they lose one of their parents, and sometimes we don't understand it, and we start blaming the teenager for acting out, or some people abandon the teenagers and say that it's not only you that your parents died now, and this and all of that. So I think it takes time
marriage requires wisdom.
Yeah.
Marrying a widower or a widow requires even more wisdom. Counseling, emotional therapy, all those things need to take place. But I have a celebrity guest and I will be bringing her to join this conversation just to hear her opinion before we go into our interview. So we'll take a break. When we return, we'll be having a celebrity guest join the conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
I can tell you that being a parent is one of the biggest reality shows you will ever produce. Hi. Oh, yeah. As cute as they can be, even you need to take a break to take care of some of the other realities of life. And that's why the TVC Staff Crash was put together to help parents just like me get those professional childcare services that they need. Come on, let's go. Let's go. The TVC Staff Crash Baby Lounge team of professionals are here to help take a load off your mind. The TVC Staff Crash is a nursing mom support system, a toddler safe haven, and a young learners academy throughout the year. It's comfortable, convenient, and with competitive pricing for the modern parent. So, while they learn through play, you can go about getting your pay. The TVC Staff Crash, open to the public from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. She's a reality TV star, a seasoned PR expert with impressive entrepreneurial track record alongside a robust, thriving career because she's got quite a number of business under her belt. She's a dedicated wife, a mother. Welcome with us to the show, Mariam Adeyemi Tima. Yes, I want Real Housewife things. We've been discussing your Real Housewife. Mrs. Lover girl. So we're discussing this popular Instagram entrepreneur posted about how her friend, seemingly she died December 2023 and the husband remarried December 2024, and she feels broken. She feels like this is not right, and I was of the opinion that there should be more time. What first was your initial response to the fact that she feels it was too short for the remarriage to take place? They were married for 20 years. Perspective.
20 years is long, number one. So for him to remarry within 1 year, the question is, was that person in his life before his wife passed? Number one. Number two, does it need a companion? I don't want to use the word sexually, I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, it's okay. It's the reality.
Okay,
It's
so
your view.
if you need a companion sexually, you know, I don't mind dating. You can date for a period of time before you bring that person in. But I think a year is too short for me. My opinion, God forbid, if my enemy dies today, I was not gonna marry because I'll be unseen. I'll be unseen that house. I'm not going to lie. We've talked about it. No, we've talked about it because death can come anytime, any day. Death has nothing to do with age. Do you understand? So these are the things we've spoken about. And I said, don't bother remarrying because
I'm going to be present ever.
So 20 years, you know, marriage is life. It can be up today, it can be down tomorrow, it could be anything. You cannot guess the stage that marriage was at the time of death. So just to bring into perspective a 1 year period before your marriage, if at the time she died love had ended in that marriage and there was already a helper somewhere, will it not be okay for within a year?
it can be, but we have to understand that there are some men that can be alone. They can never be alone. Men are not built to be alone.
Okay.
They're not. That's why God literally took us out from their rapes. So most men cannot be alone in a relationship. They have to be in a relationship. They have to be taken care of. So depending on this person's personality, probably his wife used to do everything around the house. You know, the little things that he took for granted probably. So it might just be his personality, not being alone. They're always in a relationship.
Even within a marriage.
Does he have to love the new woman?
For him not to even love his wife, you said something earlier, probably he was that ups and downs.
Yeah.
A man can compromise for 20 years, for 50 years, just because they don't want to be alone. Just because they are used to a routine.
So what are your thoughts in terms of the man having a conversation with the kids, in terms of, especially when you have little or teenage kids, in terms of protecting them when you bring them?
No, absolutely, you have to have the conversation. You have to, you can't even escape it, because you're not just, Yoruba says this thing, you're not just, can I speak Yoruba?
Yes.
Only okogidi do fe, and not buruku neko do me. When you marry someone, you marry the entire family.
I love that angle, because sometimes everything I've been saying since now, we've been talking about the person as an individual. But if you have a good family,
You marry the entire family, and the kids are involved, no matter how small they are.
That's true. Okay, if we're going to look at it, looking at the topic at hand, I think we often castigate women more for waiting because of these children. But if a woman remarries, society will say, oh, maybe she has even been seeing the person before. The same thing happens to men. There might have been somebody in the picture knowing that, oh, he might not even have interest in her, but the moment the wife passes, is like, out of all the guests, it's like this one head corrects more. But now for a woman, what kind of spouse should a woman who has lost her spouse, what kind of spouse should she be looking for again, knowing fully well that she has turned to Atiluati
upgraded version?
Do you understand? Upgraded version, and you read your so that somebody also needs to attend to the children.
But this has to do with our culture in Nigeria.
Yes.
Around all over the country, it's not really like that. Nigeria is our culture. A woman is supposed to, if you are a widow, they don't expect you to even remarry. They expect you to just go back to your husband's house, your mother-in-law's house, and be taking care of the entire family and your children.
Now you choose. Now you choose, really.
So it has a lot to do with our culture.
So our culture is a choice. You stay because you are holding for your kids their inheritance from their dad. So if you don't want to hold it, maybe you have your own, and you can go. It's you that choose. That's the exemption to our culture that most people has spoken about. In even all the way to the Igbo culture, it is about the lineage and the property that your legacy of your husband. So if you don't want to,
we were saying something earlier, and what you said sort of ties a bit into it when you spoke about the proverb of you're marrying the family.
Yeah.
That some families would insist on the man remarrying.
Yes, and not the woman.
There's some family, like the family would insist the man remarry, and some family would insist the woman does not remarry. So it's and we might be picking on the man without understanding the pressure that the man is going through. So can you talk about, have you had any experience that has to do with this, where there was pressure from family and all of that? And I'd also like to hear your opinion about how it is in the we're not here all the time. So in the US, when you over there, is it the same kind of conversation? Does this kind of thing happen over there?
Don't bring it up. Like, you know, I said something about normalizing thing here in Nigeria here. We have organizations called the widowers, you know. Have you ever heard the other version of the mill? They've normalized it. So this is a thing here. And there are a lot, okay, my grandmother, my great grandmother, from my mother's side, from my dad's side, from my grandparents' side, these are widowers. And they all died single. Without remarrying. My mom is single. And I'm the last child. She left my dad, I think, was 2 years old. She had dated because she was 25 when she had me. She started early. She has 3 kids. And she dated, but she never remarried till this. My mom is going to be 62.
For that reason. No, she didn't find a suitable person. She's
a lover girl, number one. But she got to a stage in her life around where she was in her 40s. And she's just like, oh, it's my children. Like right now, if somebody say, Amira, your mom is beautiful, I say, mommy, carry your bag, we're going. Because you need a companion.
I'm trying to matchmake.
My mom is beautiful. If you're watching out there, go to my page, you'll see her. Yeah, Maria, fine girl.
I totally understand that, because like I have a friend, there's a guy, when his parents separated, they didn't actually lose a parent. But then when I hear him say things like, oh, you know, my mother never remarried, for her it was all about having a companion, and they knew her companion, because he was telling me that all through till the mom passed, the mom had 2 companions. Like she dated one person and then it didn't work out, she then dated somebody else, and that's
just never tied the knot.
Never tied the knot, because she just felt like that she wanted her space and her time. She didn't want anybody. She had been through marriage and she didn't want anybody to tie her down. She wanted to have a companion and the freedom to also do whatever she wanted to do. So at the end of the day, I just think it's about individual choices.
You know, I'm just praying for my child. I'm just praying for my child. You know, the only thing I can do right now is just to pray. Anybody want wahala? I don't want.
Please, let's talk about this. Our child. These children matter. So a lot of women stay single because of the children. They'll be like, Tori Omo, let nobody maltreat my children. Let my children not miss their inheritance. And some remarry. Tori Omo. You know this, some people tell you that I'm remarrying because of these children. Some will say I will not marry because of my children. Do you think that there's a unhealthy weight on one partner more than the other, male or female, on this because of children? The sacrifice that is being made because of children seems to be unhealthily weighing on the woman than on the men.
Yes, it is. I'm going to give you an example. If a woman leaves her matrimonial home right now with nothing, no Ankara, no 1 yard, she will live with her children.
She will fight for it.
She will fight for it. They work. I don't care if they are sleeping under the bridge. That's a woman's right, because our children are our life. You know, because that's our pride and joy. That's what makes you a mom. You know. But I do think that it's an unhealthy excuse as well, because we have a tradition in Nigeria whereby a lot of people could be more successful than what they're supposed to be and what we are right now. But why? We are catering for our parents. Rather than them fending for their own independence in life. So because you're saying, I'm doing it for my children, I'm doing it for my children.
When they grow up, they have to take care of you.
It's like, oh, Bieda, your mother is not asking you for money, and you're saying she will remind you of her life for you. It's unhealthy. Yes, it's unhealthy. It's trauma. It's unhealthy. We all have friends. I'm just like, I can't say no to my mom, but like, I need more. It's unhealthy.
So thank you, Miriam, for bringing this up, because we were talking about it, and Tokwe was, highlighting how important. I said just have a conversation with the children. Always secure the children and show them and carry them along, because there's a point in life where these children will be overburdened because you've made them life. You've made them your life.
Sure.
You only live. I was talking to a client recently that you need to date. This divorce is 5 years old, and we're still in court. And we're still in court to drag here, drag
and the man,
there.
I'm
drag
sure, has already painted the whole situation.
Co-parenting looks tough for both of them because our entire life is for those children. And so whenever the man has to be with his children, even though it's a short-time access that he has, she go show him. The access is not healthy, it's not encouraged. And I'm looking at her, I'm wondering what kind of future these kids will have. Because if she can be bitter about the life she gave their dad, I want to be when the children to start their lives. Especially the boys, their wives will be a competition, everything, you know. So we need to talk more about how and life is fickle. I'm telling you for a fact. I was saying to someone how I handled a protective order for a woman, and the children were confronting me that I was breaking up their home. As we speak, they're with their mom. Life has passed, everybody has changed, things have happened, eyes have opened, people have seen things and they've moved on. You know, so these children, my children, I hope you're not just living now and for the moment now, that you know, when time now passes, I hope you're willing enough to let go, forgive them, allow them be, and accept that this was your own cross.
But in this widower case, one thing that also intrigues me is the fact that, do you know that my uncle that was talking about, my auntie's husband, after my auntie passed, 6 months later, he remarried the woman. He had scuffles with his children because we're about age, and they didn't see a reason why he should marry that early. And guess what? The second woman has passed. And it's the children that say that they don't marry the third one. Because they are now having that fear. Are you sure there's not something? And I've seen it. A man, I've also heard of a man who is an uncle to my friend, whose 3 women passed. And at the end of the day, it's like, do you want to, the family is not the one telling you, do you understand it? So dynamics also happen. That okay, you want to marry, but do you know, like Miriam had said, that she will hunt. Do you know if it's the spirit of the first one that is haunting the remaining one? Who just knows? Things just happen. Things just happen. I'm just saying in everything, in a nutshell, let us look for what makes us happy, regardless of what people think. These people,
our kids all
they hold you 200 naira handkerchief, and it's because that handkerchief is expensive now. Before it used to be 100 naira. My dear, you have gone since. It's you that have gone. They do not want you to go, but you have chosen where you want to go to. Absolutely. So after that, live your life in such a way that you know that on the last day, like we Christians say, when you are asked to account for your deeds, you can say, okay, dear Lord, the children that you gave me, I tried in my best to take care of them, to nurture them, and to set them on the right path. I think that's just it for me.
Yeah, and for me, I believe it's important for people to have a life outside children. I understand the need for parents to. You're here. You have a child.
Even in marriage,
yes, even in marriage, you have to have your own life outside your marriage, outside your children. You need to. You did not just come to this world. You did not just come. Your purpose in this world.
It's easy. You can.
Yes, it's not just to.
Can we talk about this relationships and the shifts?
Yes,
break down.
I'm coming. So in terms of living your life, so because it's really traumatic having that emotional blackmail on kids to say, I lived my whole life for you. I sacrificed for you. I did everything for you. What are you not doing? Why are you not loving me the same way? Why are you not giving up your own life for me? I don't think
you did not call me back.
Yes, I don't think that's a fair burden to put on anybody. Yeah. Live your life the best way it suits you. If you're separated or your spouse dies and you want to remarry, carry your children along and do what suits you. At the end of the day, it's your life.
Balance.
Everybody goes still die.
Where's he gonna go? This going.
Amaka, I wanted us to talk about these shifts. You know, like talk about lover girl. My husband is my best friend. He's my only friend.
That's
he's my husband. Your husband
can be your best friend. That's no problem. But you have to have your life outside your marriage.
So how
as well.
important are those other relationships? Because me, I have shifts for everything. I have 25 best friends, 150 best friends. If you're my best friend, I'm your best friend.
Bestie me.
I have a group of ladies. I gossip my husband with. They are my friends, and my husband knows them. So he gossips me now with them. At least on Monday, he called those ladies and said, "Nima, it's like you know," and he reported me to them because he knows when I'm discussing with those ladies, even in the house when he's there and it's his matter, I'll be using the phone. He say, "Otiwale," say. Is it me you're telling them about? I need an escape. I understand it. So you need your girlfriends. You need your sisters.
Yeah, I call my soul sisters.
Thank
even have a group called soul sisters.
Exactly. So my sisters, my blood sisters, I am blessed with 4, and plus my sister-in-law. They are for a group of another reason. My girlfriends are for a group of another reason. Husband, you are my husband. But it's not
another reason.
For another reason. It's not everything you tell husband.
There's a ship for...
I do tell my
there's a
husband
ship.
almost everything. I'm not going to lie, but there's just some things I can't. If I don't want my husband to view you differently, I can't tell you things about him. I can't tell him things about you.
Exactly.
I had to. I learned that. I learned that. That one is another topic, and I really want us to go into your interview. But that what you just said, I learned it very. It was Toke Makiwa did a video and spoke about the fact that I'm not your. Don't use me to discuss with your husband. Don't
use me
tell.
as your romantic
I'm
topic.
not. No. Don't tell that. Don't tell him about my story. Like I shared with you in confidence. Me, I used to do like, oh, everything that happens. But
No, I understand your own.
I get
but
it,
some
it's from
women.
an innocent place, but
it might affect.
Not necessarily
Now I have
from an
a
innocent
very
place.
mature husband who doesn't allow it. He's even the one that will be correcting me like, no, don't. It's not a big deal. But not all men have that capacity. In most cases, they would start
Judging and treating them
your
according
friend
to the herb.
differently. So that for me became.
Or they don't forget it.
like
Yes.
My best friend, my husband met and said, just
that
after
one
a year
that-
after marriage. And they say, is it your, my wife said, I said, my friend said, well done. Because we were best friends, he just knew I would have done that. And so I learnt it. But he took it with joke. Now, it's not all women who do it with innocence. Some are in a tough situation in their marriage, they are deflecting. Do you want to you now come, you know, you remember that, my friend, you want to drop your friend's gist
to cover up.
To defect from your
like
own.
with me,
So,
I think after like few years after meeting my husband, I realized that if I'm fighting a friend, I can't vent that much to my husband.
He will fight
Because
for you.
tomorrow we'll make
Because
up.
he fights
He's not forgiving you. Till date, he will not forgive you. Just be like, you made my wife upset. When I tell you, my #1 fan, you made my wife upset. You know what?
I'm not in for it.
Yes.
He will never.
Wow.
You can come in there when you get to okay. You never forget. After then, I don't even bother. So if I'm fighting somebody, I'll go downstairs. I'll just answer the call. But for me, I'd rather vent to my mom or my sisters, and they know that Miriam, she's just angry. But you now say, let me now cry.
Just on top of the
He has never
matter.
even gotten the tear has not reached here. Just here, baby, Pookie. Woo! It's over. You can't even come to the house again.
As it is over.
It's over. So you can't really share everything. You need to have your own escape, your friends, you know, your own life, even your night life, your day life, your friends that you go to dinner with. Everything can be. You have to have your own life. You can't.
With that dinner that made Tope say, friend that you go to dinner with.
I had no. Your happiness can be
Traditional woman.
No, it's not that. I really don't.
Your happiness can be
my
tied to
friend,
just your husband.
somebody
alone.
dragged me yesterday. I heard it. Your happiness cannot be tied to your husband. You need to be happy in yourself. You know. Somebody dragged me yesterday after my dental check that, and he was like, "So you don't go out? You don't eat lunch outside?" I said, "No, you don't." I was like, "I don't really." Yeah, so I'm that bad. But this is not interview about me. Some other day. This interview is about Mariam. We want to get to know you. We want to get to know you. We want to dissect you and learn from you.
Yes.
And I'm sure many people are wondering what makes this woman powerful. What makes, as in, where does that vibrancy and energy come from? All that, give it to them.
Yes.
So we'll take a break. When we return, she will give it to you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Just wait to collect it.
Oh my days.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Parenting, the show.
I can tell you that being a parent is one of the biggest reality shows you will ever produce. Hi. Oh, yeah. As cute as they can be, even you need to take a break to take care of some of the other realities of life. And that's why the TVC Staff Crash was put together to help parents just like me get those professional childcare services that they need. Come on, let's go. Let's go. The TVC Staff Crash Baby Lounge team of professionals are here to help take a load off your mind. The TVC Staff Crash is a nursing mom support system, a toddler safe haven, and a young learners academy throughout the year. It's comfortable, convenient, and with competitive pricing for the modern parent. So, while they learn through play, you can go about getting your pay. The TVC Staff Creche, open to the public from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Friendship. Cheers to a fabulous year.
I am sweet, but don't try me still.
How can you not disgrace me?
I avoided one person.
She does owe me an apology.
I didn't Google it. Like I said, girl, I read. You should read often.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So that was just a glimpse of who Mariam Adeyemi Tema is. She has a lot. You didn't get the full clip. You should go and watch the others or check out online. But while we're on break, Dami asked a question and your answer was just so. Your answer came from a place of a complete woman, and it is too sweet for us to just collect it during the break. Dami, fire that question again, and she will fire the reply.
I said, me, myself, and I said she's not married to a conventional, traditional Nigerian man like we others. At least on this table, we're all married to black, and she's married to white. And we know that in juggling ideas, responsibility, they are totally different. So I was asking her if her friends come to her with some sort of maybe questions, issues, and she's like, oh, I can't even relate because it doesn't happen in my home. So that was what we talked about. And you said, over to you.
I think I've never been in a toxic relationship throughout my dating stage. So I just sympathize with those that, obviously nobody forces themselves into a toxic relationship. They just find themselves in it. But I've always been intentional all my life not to be in a toxic relationship.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that.
Okay, so let's talk about how you got into the Housewives, how you became one of the Housewives. How did that happen? And for me, I was just wondering, when I first saw the Housewives, I was like, have we joined these people? Why are we doing this safe? What are we trying to achieve with it? Who are all these women on this Housewives safe? I was judging-ish, and then I just told myself, anyway, each his own, and now you're the first person from the Housewives I'm getting to interview, so I would really like to understand, why did you choose to join this group of people, and what's it been like?
So I think 15 years ago, because I'm a huge personality. I'm very sarcastic, I'm very goofy, I'm very funny. You can't be around me and not laugh. So I remember 15 years ago, Mom looked at me and said, Mariam, see those Kardashian people, you should go and look for them. They'll be following you around with camera. Remember, and I'm like, who wants to be following me around with camera? Yeah, Maria, you've started. So you're like Mariam, you're underestimating your personality. So I just left it.
So the seed.
So I think 5 years ago, so every year, like, you know, we all have a New Year's resolution, this is what I want to do. So that year, my mom brought this up again. I said, Miriam, just try again. And I was in LA at the time with my husband. I said, you know what? Let me just even try this thing. Last, they'll tell me no. And a friend of mine is American, is an actor as well, and a content creator, and he has all these agents, people, and everything. So now I told him, oh, do you know people casting for Real Housewives of Atlanta? And I said, oh yeah, you know, LA, everybody casting directors and everything. So we were literally at his house. Me and my husband went to have lunch. You know, we now did this mini video. Oh, I'm marrying this is my husband, John, blah, blah, blah. He edited it literally on my phone. There. He airdropped it to his own phone, sent it to the guy, to whoever he sent it to. He didn't tell me anything. So he now called me the next day. I said, Miriam, I heard there's Real Housewives of Lagos. I said, I've never heard of it before. At the time, the press release was out. I didn't know anything about Real Housewives of Lagos. I knew about every other Real Housewife, but not Lagos. And I said, why don't you try? Excuse me. Why don't you try applying? I said, I don't know. So I then went online, saw the press release through. I said, but at the time there was no face. It was just a press release. So I was like, how is this people? Who is involved? I sat down with my friend in the hotel room. My husband went somewhere. I was like, I said, one of my friends spoke about it. You know what? Let me ask her who is involved. She now mentioned who. And I said, but I don't know these people. I know them outside. Auntie Adiola and her husband. But I don't know them personally. And I called a friend of mine that at the time was my business partner. I know she knows everybody. She's like, I know them now. No problem. She called. It's within 24 hours though.
Wow.
She called. That's why sometimes don't waste time if you want to do something.
When something comes to your mind, just do it.
She called and she was like, how did you know I'm the one? I was like, Auntie, don't worry. I was just on the other line at the time. And she said, but they are fully casted though. Wow. Like they already cast all these people. But at the time, because Lagos was not on my radar, I wanted to make money in dollars. So I'm like, then it's not for me. This Atlanta is for me. But you know what? Atlanta at the time too where they already started shooting by the time I called my friend. So I said, it will happen, Sha. It was, I think, 2021. Okay. August. I came to Nigeria December for my birthday. January. In that December, when I was in that LA, I went to One Oak. There was a Netflix event that they wanted to do at the time. What them, Jerry Swanky, they were doing now. They were trying to do something like that in LA. So I went to Tower Oak. I saw one Uganda guy. You know me, I'm friendly. We're waiting for our tables by the bar. So you were like, oh my God, I love you. I said, I love your skin. You know,
just exchanging compliments.
You were like, oh, why you? I said, Nigeria. I said, I love your vibe. We're trying to work on something. Miriam, don't worry, we'll do it. December I came to Nigeria. They called me from LA. I was online. I had a party on my rooftop. I was tipsy. The guy called me, Miriam. You need to get on Zoom right now. The directors, the same director from Beverly Hills Rich Kids. The director from Kardashians and everything. They wanted to actually do that show. Simply I pitched you, but they want to see you. They want to interview you. So they interviewed me and one other girl from Ghana or something. But I was tipsy. So I was just like, you know, this is me. So I'm like, but I have to go now. You know, I'm being just 2 minutes. So I have to go down 2 minutes. So, okay, bye, cab. The guy he called me back, Miriam, they want you. They want you. They want you. They want you. They're going to sign the contract. I said, I'll think about it. You know, right now I can't really think. I'll send to my lawyer.
And then you must reminisce about it and laugh at yourself again.
Literally a few weeks later, like a month or two later, I got a call from my same friend. Miriam, I think they want you for Real Housewives of Lagos. I said,
So you were definitely your entire spirit was vibrating the media space. There was no way you would not be in media.
So I didn't know that. I even forgot Real Housewives of Lagos at the time. So literally, I got casted 3 days before Abuja Sin, episode 4 of Real Housewives.
Oh wow!
But how has the journey been? Has it brought more exposure? Has it brought more clientele?
Absolutely.
Has family taking
more
in?
clientele, yes, absolutely. Because for PR, I only do like corporate brands. Okay. So when I started PR, I used to do entertainment. I used to do beauty brands, and I've worked with MAC Cosmetic, Estee Lauder, you know, Tom Ford, Juicy Couture, Clinique. I've done all this, Diageo, every most major events that I've done. So after childbirth, I decided to go corporate. So like communicational companies, you know, insurance companies, oil and gas. It works better for me.
Okay.
Is there a reason? So, about your business?
Okay.
Yeah. This is after she had
I'm
kids
just
now.
tired.
Yeah, because that's where I want to
I
know.
feel like in life you grow.
Okay.
And
Okay.
sorry,
I'm reading right now because I'm just following you on Instagram. But right now I'm reading that you're founder of Lure Beauty.
Lure Beauty. So I launched Lure Beauty 2017. I had a salon then. I like to go into different things. I found out I got pregnant, that I was pregnant at the time, a month after I opened my salon. But it was open for 3 years. I closed it.
Okay.
But under Lure Beauty, I started my lashes, my lash line at the time.
616?
So 616 is my PR agency.
Oh, okay.
So Lure Beauty, now on my birthday, for the first time I launched my skincare line, organic products. I wish it was like I woke up so early, so I couldn't bring. I'm sorry for, but I'll send it to you guys. Organic base shea butter was scented shea butter, vanilla. So I launched it on my birthday last December 21st last month, and it's been amazing. I'm not going to lie. It's sold out. Every bash has been sold out.
Are you serious?
Back to
That's
back.
so good.
So most people are under the assumption that the housewife brings out the toxicity in people, and that people tend to lose, because even on YouTube we're having questions, that people tend to lose friendships or sisterhood in terms of being on the show. What's your advice to anybody or any of the young ladies that wants to consider, you know, being on a reality TV anytime in the future?
I wouldn't say housewife does it. Okay. In life, we have to learn to take responsibilities for our actions.
Good.
So I don't go on platforms to say, oh, production did this, production did that. You might not like the way, out of 1 million things that you said,
What they cut out.
what they cut out. You have to understand that a scene takes at least 5 to 8 hours, and they probably take 2 minutes out of it. They can't take everything out. Do you understand? So whatever I say on national TV, on global TV, I'm not going to blame anybody because they can only pick out one, but I said it.
So it's good for people to go back to
So
reference.
take responsibilities for your actions. If you want to go on housewife, be prepared.
So have you lost a friendship? Because I also read somewhere
yes.
that you were close friends with Tony. Have you lost any friendship due to?
Yeah, due to that, yes. But I wouldn't say because of housewife. It was responsibility. Nobody told you to slap somebody.
How do you take losing any of your friends because you're on the show? How did you try to remedy it, or does that end up?
I feel like if it was just a conversation, this is the first time I've actually having this conversation anywhere. I don't talk about it. If it was just probably like, you know, you have a friend, you guys are shitting each other, you pissed me off, you know, it's something I could move past. But because physical abuse was involved, I can't move past it, and that's just me. No TV involved. That's my role in life. I can't do physical violence with my friends. So that's where it's a boundary that I can't come back from.
So once you cross it, it's
once you
over.
cross, I don't know what the future lies. Do you understand? But right now, I'm okay where I am, and I don't need that type of friendship in my life.
Okay, but as regards marriage, I just want to ask you, what is your husband's outlook when you come back from Real Housewives? Are you guys talking about the fights, the talk? Are you carrying him through?
No, I tell him because it doesn't really. My husband is not a social person. We are totally two different people. Like,
So he doesn't watch you?
Of course, he
watch
So my husband will not watch you, that's what I'm asking.
No, watch, baby. He will just be okay. Like after the
know
fight,
each other.
After the fight, my husband knows about my sister-in-law, my husband's family. They didn't know. So when they saw it, they left California and flew all the way to Atlanta. As soon as they walked in, she first gave me a big hug. Marima, you okay? I saw.
You married into a good family.
good. Like I'm like, sis, didn't you see the old walla where I cuss?
But they're all just looking out for you.
They understand. So my family actually understands, you know, my job. They know my personality because the way I am outside, I'm different in my marriage. I'm totally different in my marriage.
We're totally out of time, but we really enjoyed the conversation with you. You've shared a whole lot with us. One of the things that I love what you said is that you have been careful not to be in a toxic relationship, and it obviously showed up with the way you handle friendship too, that if it gets into physical battery, I'm not doing again. And thank you for taking responsibility for what you say. I think it's a good lesson for all of us on TV.
So if you want to join, make sure you can own it. You have to own it.
Thank you so much. So we're looking forward to seeing you on the new season. Yay! It should be a fun time. Tomorrow will be Ladies of Your View Pidgin. Another exciting episode will be coming. Dami should be there. For now, it is bye from us. Till next week. Bye.
Amazing 20.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. At ShopX TV, our customers are the heart of everything we do. As a special thank you for your continued support, we are offering our customers 10%